An Obama-appointed judge rules against President Donald Trump in what many are calling obvious political bias. Senator John Fetterman defends Trump and Elon Musk in a way MSNBC did not expect. Lawsuits have now been filed to stop the burning and shredding of USAID documents. But what have they already burned? What have they already shred? And why does so much lead back to former President Barack Obama? This and much more. Thank you so much for liking and sharing these videos. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Charlie Kirk summed up what's really going on in America and with President Trump in defense of all of the negative mainstream media pushing against him. Charlie Kirk correctly pointed out gas prices dropped for a third straight week. Egg prices are dropping. New jobs for native-born workers finally outpaced foreign illegal immigrants. There were 10,000 new manufacturing jobs after Biden averaged 9,000 per month. Trillions of dollars in foreign direct investment in high-tech industries and auto manufacturing. Government workers lost 10,000 jobs in February. Last 2 years of Biden, quarter of all jobs were created by Biden were actually government employees. Tariffs will cause short-term up and down, but they also have the potential to force long-term huge benefits. Trust the process, he says. A made in America economic boom is the prize. So the mainstream media would have you believe that President Donald J. Trump is doing only negative things for the country, when in fact, things are getting better for workers, despite the fact that, yes, the stock market was down, but with data coming out, the stock market is heading right back up. Now, the process to take legal action against the USAID will begin due to poor leadership. For those who are unaware, this agency was tasked with providing aid to foreign civilians in a way of bargaining and blackmailing our people outside of America. Now, according to The Hill, USAID is destroying lots of secret documents at its headquarters in the Ronald Reagan building. They detailed that an email from acting USAID Erica Carr told workers to shred papers and use special burn bags for sensitive information as the Trump agency works to shut down the agency. Now, needless to say, I'm going to say it anyway, they wouldn't burn documents if they weren't trying to cover something up, right? Like, you don't shut down an organization that was just proven to be absolutely corrupt to its core unless you were trying to cover something up. So what wasteful spending? What illegal spending? Seriously, what have they already burned and what have they already shred that we'll never know about? But now there are lawsuits being filed in order to prevent further destruction of evidence. Now, thankfully, USAID has already had its staff cut by 10,000 people. 83% of the programs were proven to be connected to Democrat lawmakers funding things that ultimately went against the United States of America. For example, over the last 4 years, hundreds of billions of dollars to the destruction of the United States of America. Hundreds of billions of dollars to bringing illegal immigrants in order to replace Democrat voters. Because their party's so terrible, they can't keep up with old voters, they had to import new ones. Now, according to Politico, efforts by Musk's Department of Government Efficiency last month to access secure computer systems at USAID, including information about employees' security clearance, triggered an uproar at the agency that prompted the administration to place 2 of the agency's security staff on administrative leave. A DOJ spokesperson subsequently said that there was no improper access to classified material. Now, this is really interesting. In a post on X, former Trump State Department official Mike Benz, who's been on our show several times, stated, so the current acting executive secretary of USAID, who ordered the mass shredding and burning of paper files at USAID, worked in the Obama Office of Personnel Management, then worked at Obama's USAID, then was personally named USAID Executive Secretary by Joe Biden his first week in office. What is going on here? So this person who is well connected to Obama through multiple avenues and President Biden is now the one telling everyone, burn everything in sight, shred everything you can get your hands on. And Mike Benz is saying something is not right here. Now, again, they are trying to start lawsuits to stop the burning and the shredding. So what's going on here is evidence of clear track record of poor judgment by Obama and Biden is being destroyed at a record pace. They don't want you to know all of the things that Obama and Biden funded. This is poor judgment. This is corruption. Now, Wall Street Mav over on X reacted to the shocking story, explaining exactly how Democrats milk the system for their own benefit. He stated, we are taxed. Taxes go to USAID, leftist created NGOs, the NGOs funded by USAID. Leftists in NGO do zero real work. NGOs pay leftists huge salaries. Leftists donate those salaries to Democrat leaders. It's why Democrats are freaking out over Trump and Elon killing USAID. So just like the Department of Education, this was a huge money laundering operation. And right at the heart of it is Obama and Biden officials. That's why they're destroying and shredding at a massive scale. And just to show you this isn't a random person spouting lies, the head of Doge, Elon Musk, agreed on X, stating this is exactly what is happening at a massive scale. So, we're just seeing right before our eyes, they're just destroying evidence because it shows exactly where Obama and Biden were directing these dark money funnels to spend money. This is exactly why they're burning this, to cover up the money laundering scheme of the Democrat Party. So whoever was behind this should be held to account, but we're probably not going to find out because until a judge shuts this down, they're going to continue to burn and shred at a record pace. And I'll tell you in a minute about how one Obama appointed judge just went after Donald Trump, and it has me really, really mad. But first, Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania was invited to do an interview on MSNBC. It did not go the way that they wanted. In fact, he ends up defending the Republican Party, President Trump, and Elon Musk, and you can tell that the host gets defensive and frustrated. Let's go ahead and watch this together.
Trump is surrounded by the wealthiest cabinet, the wealthiest administration in modern U.S. history. Does this concern you?
I don't think it's so much about their wealth. It's just because they might have some kind of the views or some things that I don't agree, and they would push a lot of decisions and changes in our government that I wouldn't support or would like to see happen in there too. So it doesn't really follow their wealth. For me, it just follows some of these kinds of core beliefs and the things that they're willing to push and to do.
What about this idea that we're sort of creating American oligarchs?
Yeah, and I was asked Democrats, start talking like a regular person. Most people are not sure what an oligarch is. It's like, okay, is an oligarch, is it a rich dude or woman? Okay, well, but there's also a little secret too. Democrats, we like billionaires if they're giving to our causes or to our party as well, too.
But
I love that. She's like, doesn't it concern you that there's a billionaire in the Republican Party that has so much influence? And he's like, we love the billionaires that fund the Democrat Party. He goes on to talk about Jeff Bezos at Amazon and the head of Google and Apple before Trump got back into office. But he basically is like, listen, we all have billionaires. You just happen to only like the ones that fund the Democrat Party.
there's a difference. Hold on. There's a difference between a very wealthy
unlimited
donor.
money. It's unlimited money. That's the poison of American democracy. Get rid of unlimited money, and then that would render billionaires on either side to those kinds of a thing. And so remember, a lot of these billionaires that were in tech, they used to be more friendly to the Democratic interest in our party as well, too. So,
but there's a difference.
I actually really like what Senator Fetterman said there. And let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. But he basically said one way to fix the American election system would be to get these high dollar donations out. Honestly, let it be about the small donor donations. You and me putting our money where our mouth is on which candidate we really want. That would change American elections for the good by only the people that have one vote being able to put up the money.
Limited money, get rid of that, and that would transform America more than any single other decision.
Absolutely. We are 15 years and 2 months since the Citizens United decision, and it has changed politics forever, it seems. But there's a difference between very wealthy political donors and very wealthy people inside the government making decisions that could potentially enrich themselves and their businesses. Look at Elon Musk. He hasn't divested himself from his businesses, and he's a guy with $38 billion worth of government contracts. That's different from being a Democratic donor who has the president's ear or at the very least his phone number.
Well, what I would say is that sometimes it's the, I'm not sure if they necessarily are motivated just, based on money. When, most of those folks, whether it's Bezos or Musk, they have far more than you can spend in 100 lifetimes. So for that, I think, I think scarcity defines the luxury. So that's why a lot of them want to be engaged on that, because they have unlimited money. So I think they want to be part of the conversation.
So
I love that. He's like, listen, this isn't about money, right? Because she's like, oh, Elon Musk is only involved so that he can get rich, more government contracts. And Fetterman's like, listen, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, these guys have more money than they could spend in 100 lifetimes. So it's not about money for them. It's about buying their way into the conversation of where America should go next. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Fetterman, you could tell he was stuttering a little bit after his stroke. But more and more, this guy has more common sense than about all the Democrat leaders combined. So crazy. All right, I have some other big stories that I want to tell you about. Did you know that cocoa flavanol has insane health benefits? I'm talking about a boost in nitric oxide, improvement in heart health, regenerative brain cells, and so much more. Listen to what this Harvard scientist, Dr. William Lee, had to say about the health benefits of cocoa, of all things.
The flavonols in cocoa stimulate stem cells to come out of your bone marrow like bees in a beehive in your bloodstream, and they go out and they find wherever it needs to be repaired. If it's in your heart, they'll fix it. If it's in your liver, they'll fix it. If it's in your skin, they'll fix it. And so we can eat foods like high flavanol cocoa in order to be able to actually get the stem cells to work a little bit better. Now, how do we know this actually functions, it works in people? Well, clinical studies have been done with high flavanol cocoa to show that in like men who are in their 60s with heart disease, they could actually just have 2 cups of dark chocolate hot cocoa a day for a month. Yeah. And they doubled the amount of stem cells in their bloodstream, and their circulation improved measurably. And then what's even more important and impressive is that there was a study called the Cosmos study that was completed recently that showed that eating high flavanol cocoa decreases the risk of cardiovascular death. right? Over a period
Like
of
a statin.
like a statin,
Right.
exactly. Except made with by eating the same thing that you use to make chocolate.
That's
So we're
incredible.
not telling people to go out to have chocolate, which is a confection, which has got a lot of sugar and all kinds of other stuff in it.
Yeah.
But it's the stuff underlying
Underneath it, yeah.
the core of it.
All right. Did you guys know that? There's all this new clinical research out that cocoa and dark chocolate can actually help your brain, your cardiovascular system, and heal your heart. That was new information to me. So this is like a superfood. But here's the thing. Flavonols are the good stuff found in cocoa bean that are usually destroyed in the chocolate making process. This is why he said you can't just eat milk chocolate, right? That's where Black Forest Supplements comes in with the first ever high flavanol cocoa powder packed with everything your body actually needs. It's just 20 calories. It tastes amazing. You can put it in coffee or in a protein shake. There's lots of different ways, but it boosts your body's natural stem cell production. Did you hear what he said? It pulls it out of your bones like bees out of a beehive. Meanwhile, you have people in Hollywood that are spending $50,000 to have placenta stem cell injection, when really they could have just been drinking cocoa powder to get great benefit. Now, I've been using this for a while to help with brain fog, energy, the heart situation that I've been dealing with. And let's be real, as men, we need to be strong, sharp, in peak condition. Fitness starts with the right fuel. And here's the deal. I've worked out an exclusive offer with the guys over at Black Forest Supplement. And right now, if you go to the link down below, you can actually get 40% off of their high flavanol cocoa. That's right, 40% off. Just go to blackforestsupplements.com/Steve or snap a photo on your TV of this QR code so that you can go and save that money right now. It's really great. This will be up for the next 48 hours. I will leave that link down below. All right. Now, earlier today, President Trump got some terrible news from an Obama-appointed judge. That's right. Obama-appointed U.S. District Judge Beryl Howell issued a temporary restraining order blocking parts of President Trump's executive order targeting Kirk and Coy, a law firm tied to the 2016 Clinton campaign and the controversial Russia Steele dossier. The order was signed on March 6th, and now they're revoking it. So basically, they want to give the security clearance back to the very law firm that almost destroyed the United States of America with this Russia story. Kirk and Coy sued the government, arguing it was unconstitutional retaliation, violating their free speech and due process. So basically, we have freedom of speech to spread lies. Now, this Obama-appointed judge, Judge Beryl Howell, halted provisions limiting federal access and contracts, but did not block the security clearance suspension, as the firm didn't challenge that part. Critics argued this judicial intervention oversteps executive authority, raising question about separation of power, while supporters see it as a check on presidential overreach. Others say that this is political bias. So the law firm that started and defended the Russia hoax is going to get their security clearance back because Trump is mean and it breaks their freedom of speech. Are you kidding me? The president of the United States has deemed this a security threat, and it was. They almost destroyed the country by spreading these lies. I don't know. Let me know over in the comments. Do you agree or disagree with this Obama-appointed judge? Well, in some good news, President Trump gained a new ally as the Prime Minister of Ireland offered positive remarks during an Oval Office meeting. He stated, "The war in Ukraine is a devastating war on young people, And I think that very simple, straightforward narrative is to be commended. And we all have children. I mean, we're shocked at the prospect of young people losing their lives in that number, be they Ukraine, be they Russian, whatever. Anything we can do to stop the violence, I think, is an extremely positive thing. Now, I commend you in terms of the work that you're doing, particularly in terms of the pursuit of peace. I think that's going well. Trump responded to the Prime Minister of Ireland by saying, 2,500 young people died in the war last week while we sit here and talk. He added, I think we have a chance to get it done. We've gotten half of it as a ceasefire, and we can get Russia to stop. Then we have a full ceasefire. I think we'll never go back to war. So basically, Ukraine has agreed to a ceasefire. Now President Trump needs to get Russia to agree to a ceasefire, and we can finally start ironing out the details of a peace agreement. But man, I agree. This is an old people's war where they're sending young people to die. It's just so stupid. And I know that Trump desperately wants to end this war. It's what he ran on. It's why people elected him. And you've got Europe and Ukraine trying to keep this war going. But now Ireland is saying, actually, after giving it some thought, we need to end this war. Too many people are dying. I hope in the end, Trump can get Putin to agree to a ceasefire and we can get this thing ended. All right, now ICE numbers keep increasing as they continue to arrest thousands of individuals that illegally crossed into our country. ICE officials said agents have arrested about 33,000 illegal immigrants since January 20th, exceeding the 33,000 at-large arrests of illegal immigrants made by ICE under President Joe Biden. Now, more than 1,000 of the arrested were gang members, and 39 of those are on the suspected terrorist list. And ICE officials stated that the arrests were made through the 2087G program, which allows local law enforcement to partner with ICE. Let me know over in the comments, do you like the fact that they rounded up 33,000 illegal immigrants? Do you like the fact that 1,000 of those were gang members and that 39 of them were on the terrorist list? I mean, yes, keep going. Get these people out of the country. I don't want these gang members in our country. Heck no, get them out of here. All right. In some final, dang, this is awesome news for Trump. Sean Fain, the president of the United Auto Workers, who campaigned against Trump on behalf of Kamala Harris, is now saying, I fully support Donald Trump's tariffs. He said tariffs are an attempt to stop the bleeding from the hemorrhaging of jobs in America over the last 33 years. He then said, name me one president in the last 25 years that talked about fixing the broken system. The host then said, do you think it's possible that Donald Trump might just be the president after 3 long decades? He might just be the president to bring back manufacturing jobs. And he said, we're working with this administration now, and we'll see where it ends up. But how about that? The guy that campaigned against Trump when Trump said, if Kamala gets in, all of your jobs will go to Mexico, all of your jobs will go to China, is now saying, holy cow, they're bringing jobs back. They're bringing manufacturing back. Donald Trump is keeping his word. He's the only president in 30 years to say it and actually do something about it. But for those of us that voted for Donald Trump, we knew that's exactly what was going to happen. Promises made, promises kept. As I started out with Charlie Kirk at the beginning of this broadcast, so many good things are happening. Gas prices are coming down. Egg prices are coming down. Inflation, record job growth. 93% of jobs now are to private sector. And now they're not hiring any more government workers, And now the majority of new jobs are going to American workers and not immigrants from other countries. The golden era of Trump is back. America first is his focus. All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you could, give this video a like because it helps more than you know. Seriously, it helps. Also, share this with family members and friends. This is good stuff. Hit that subscribe button. We're almost to 2 million amazing truth seekers. I love you guys. Stay amazing, and I will see you on the next video.